What's up, nerds? Back with another video. In this video, we are going through my daily routine because I talk a lot of smack about why I'm the best employee at this job. And so I figured I would go through it. Well, I'm not the best employee. There is a better employee than me. I believe that I'm getting closer to her every day. However, I'm limited in certain things. Like I cannot do as many jobs as her because of the physical limitations, or I guess like electronic limitations in the system that relies on corporate and is outside of my control. But as far as what I can do in my job, I try to do everything to her standard. And so to do that, I need to make sure that I am prepared both physically and mentally. So, first things first in the morning, wake up, have some water, get myself together, and prepare lunch. So, my mom got me this crock pot thing for my birthday. So, that is my crock pot lunch breakfast thing. After that, there is the coffee because I am much better at getting up in the morning. I'm much better at going to bed. Actually, I'm pretty damn good at it at this point. Maybe the first couple times was rough, but now I'm good about getting to bed. Good about waking up. I don't need melatonin to go to sleep. I've just got my headphones and some relaxing music, and I get a whole bunch of stuff done during the day. So I'm pretty tired as it is. I mean, like today, as I'm recording this video, this is going to be the last thing I do. It's about 8:45 as of recording, and so I'm going to edit this video or finish this voice recording, upload this video. And I mean, I swam for 25 minutes today. I also lifted for an hour. I mean, so like on top of that, and I also worked in the morning on top of all of that. So get my coffee, get my food. The last thing I do is grab my water. Um, the ice machine's a little tricky, so that's me throwing ice cubes that don't exactly make it all the way. But I think it's important to have, or for me, I mean, lukewarm water is honestly the best. I personally just it helps me get through the mornings having cold water. So I just get a big thing of ice. Also, shout out to Nelly who shows up with different types of fruit juices for me, like cold pressed fruit juices. And so I like to keep ice in it because then it extends the juices that she gives me. So after that, grab my electronics. I really don't like use like a whole lot of stuff. I mean, again, we've talked about it in previous videos. I mean, do I go on my phone occasionally? Yeah. Um, However, the compared to the amount of times I've got on my phone in other jobs, the amount of time other employees go on their phone, I'd like to think I'm pretty damn good. Really, it's mainly my massage gun, my headphones. I've got the shock headphones so I can still listen to people and have things if I need like background music. So get in the car, get up and go, get the coffee. A pro tip is to hold the coffee in your hand because if you drive with coffee in the cup or in the cup holder, there is a larger chance that the cup holder will shake it all around and you'll get coffee all around the inside of your car. And I have done that many a times. So now I just hold my coffee because yeah, it could get a little brutal. I mean, although the smell of coffee does help me personally wake up. So finish, get to work, get everything, get in the car. I leave the house around. I mean, I'm super close to this job, so I leave my house like 4:45. Bam, punch in 5 o'clock in the morning. Maybe I get over to the pool at 5:01. Obviously, today a little bit slower because I'm doing all of the camera work, but I just wanted to, note the time because, I mean, really, we'll see as we go through. I mean, the amount of work that I'm doing and preparing to have, the work I'm doing to prepare the pool for the customers and everything. I mean, you'll see for yourself. I mean, is this really something that's out? that's that crazy? I mean, is this something that if you had my job, would you do this? Is this something that's, you know, that's out of the question for employees to do? So, first things first, take off my shirt. I normally put on some sort of swim trunks. I don't put on my swim trunks right now because I've got like, you know, kind of like throwaway pants. I don't mind if they get wet. But you'll see we're going to be spraying a bunch of stuff. And so you don't want to get your clothes all wet, or I don't want to get my clothes all wet, not yet. But so first off, first things first, grab the hose, put the spray hose on, turn the water on, check the levels in the hot tub. The hot tub almost always needs water. There's so few times that it doesn't need water. And so first things first, go over to the steam room. I do the steam room first. Or I'm sorry, steam room. I'm saying duh, the sauna. I do the sauna first because the sauna, you don't want it to really be, you know, moist water heat. The whole point of the sauna is that it's dry heat. And so I start off with the sauna so that that way the heat evaporates. And I don't do the ceilings. You'll see for the steam room, I do the ceilings. I don't do the ceilings in the sauna. I do just the floors and the walls. And something important to note, and you could see a little bit, is that I don't spray towards the machine. I spray everything at an angle towards the back or an angle away, because obviously we've got an electronic heater. It does have rocks, but if you get water onto that, it doesn't exactly work as great. So literally just do the benches, do the walls, bada bing, bada boom, get this all taken care of so that it's on and evaporating. And by the time people come, it'll be all set. And then you could see me spritzing the wall. I've got a tea tree distilled water blend, and that's just to freshen up the steam room. And it also has slight disinfectant properties. After that, we grab a cone, wedge that under the steam room door. Yes, it's actually the steam room now. Before I misspoke, but now it actually is the steam. And because the steam, duh, is covered in tiles, I do the entire steam room. I usually start from the bottom, but for the side with the opening, I start on the top and make sure, because some people sit on top of that ledge. So I make sure to spray that ledge down, make sure to spray the sides because people lean up against it, and then just work my way in a nice pattern. Something, you know, little tricks from doing this for so long. You know, what you can do is you can aim the hose sprayer at a angle that, you know, almost like a 40 feet 45-degree angle pointing downwards, obviously not at the ceiling, but when you're downwards. And then that way what that does is that pushes things out of the corner. Like you could see right there, I'm pushing things down the bottom. So I start from the top, work my way down, push everything to the floor, and you'll see later, I mop everything when I'm done, because I don't know if you have thought about this yet, but some people would think that, oh, how come you are just, you know, leaving the sauna as it is? You're not going to mop up all of the water in the sauna. No, I go back and I mop up all the water in the sauna, because obviously, you know, you don't want people, the dry heat, you don't want them walking on a wet floor. The steam room is a big, sweaty, evaporating box, so I don't really care as much. I just make sure if there's any, you know, debris or anything in the floor, and, you know, I push that in towards the drain. And so now that we've done all of the walls, I do the ceiling. So I go walls top to bottom, and then after that do the ceiling, because I don't want to get, I mean, whatever, I don't have my shirt on, right? It's not a big deal if I get wet, but I try to avoid, you know, getting super, super wet. So get everything done, and then the final step is to get the ceiling and work my way backwards. And in general, so I just actually power washed all of the steam room, like the ceilings, the floors, the walls. I literally just power washed everything, so it is like super ultra clean. But really, as long as you do this regularly, and which I do every time that I work in the morning. And additionally, not just the mornings, during the afternoon shifts, when the break in the afternoon is from 3:30 to 4, during those afternoon shifts, I also clean because it usually gets not like super stinky, but depends on how many people and what kind of people in there. So now I go back in, I spray my little spritzy tea tree. I normally aim for the corners. I just forgot to move the camera, but you could see my shadow spraying and spritzing in there. After that, close that up. And the final thing after this is going to be putting the hose away. I end up just moving the camera. I didn't make that cut because it's all just like one. It's pretty simple. But now that we're done using the hose, we're done with the sauna, we're done with the steam room, we're going to put the hose away. And another fun tip trick, tips of the trade, tools of the trade, whatever. It's a lot easier to put back the hose while there's still water in it. It prevents it from kinking, and it prevents it from, creasing up and having problems. Because once you crease a hose like that, it's kind of hard to get rid of it. So I just leave the water on, and also, duh, I gotta put the hose in the hot tub to refill it. And so after I've just cleaned the steam, that is our Mr. Steam generator guy. So go over there, turn it on, get that pumping and circulating. And now we're on the final step of the cleaning process, and that is to mop the floors. And I almost put the mop down on the chair, and then I'm like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? What is the matter with you?" And there is a little mop holder thing. So get that. We've got a nice little corner with a drain and everything, and there's another. So that little hose thing that I'm attaching to the soap, you basically so someone forgot to turn it off. But basically, you can with that you take the attachment, those soap containers. When you attach the water line in like that, the water runs in through the soap container and shoots it out water with the soap in it. So put a bunch of soap and disinfectant in there, get the mop, and then it's time to mop the floors, and we are closing in on our last steps. um, and it really, this is this to me really isn't that difficult of work, like this right here that I'm doing. I mean, everything is clean. Nothing really smells bad, really. I mean, maybe the rooms smell a little bit if they haven't been cleaned out last night, the night before, or if there was like really a whole lot of people. But in general, the person who's there at night, airs out the room. There was only one person at the gym that left the door, for example, the door to the steam closed all night, and he doesn't, work here anymore. So really, and everyone else is good. Even the bad employees, they're good at leaving the door open. And so for the steam, unless like literally there's like someone like pees in it or something like that, it doesn't really smell bad as long as it's open all night long and gives it time to breathe. And so, I mean, spraying it down with water, there's no one here. I don't have to like, I mean, so granted, I'm not as in shape as I, could be. Maybe looking at my like fat rolls is a little embarrassing, right? But I mean, no one's here to like look at my fat rolls. No one's here to judge me or anything, right? Not like I care. I mean, like I'm around all these people without my shirt on, like all the time, literally. But like, what's is there really like is this really that big of a deal? And so, like I said before, mopping time includes mopping the sauna. I just let it get, I just essentially want to finish the steam, turn the steam on, and get the water in the pool because that takes that's the longer part to do. Once let's let the steam build it up and everything. So I just wait until it's mopping time, and then I get in there and mop up the rest and make sure it's nice and clean. And it might be a little itty little bit like damp to the touch by the time people like if someone like you'll see what time I finish up, but by the time I'm finished up with this, usually everything's dried up unless someone is coming to use a sauna at like 5:31 in the morning. Usually by the time they come, everything is dried up. So I just do a simple mopping. You saw the doors to the entryway in like the previous angle. This is the other angle to the pool. So I'm basically doing, the main doorways, the main walk-through ways, the main pathways. Uh, I don't do the entire pool. I do, we do mop the entire. I mean, I do probably 90% of the pool area. I mop it down, and almost 100% of the walking area. Um, but do I do the entire pool? No. Granted, I'm not that incredible of an employee, right? But I mean, I just wanted to go through and show kind of a day in the life of a lifeguard who gives a shit about his job. So once done with almost all of the mopping, I got a teeny little bit of mopping left. I mop over here where all the parents walk and all the kids walk and everything. But first, it's time to get the water samples. Now that everything cleaning wise has been done, this is really the only if you want to be technical, super ultra technical, this is the only thing that the lifeguards really have to do, quote unquote, is make sure that the levels in the pool are okay, which is literally just taking the water sample like you saw, putting the tablets inside. I just clean the mop, get the mop ready because it takes a little bit for the tablets to dissolve in the water. So get the mop ready for the final mopping and then get the levels of the water, essentially you put the pill in the water. So I'm just turning the containers just to see what the color is and see what it matches up against the panels because it's all of the stuff obviously is sitting on the bottom. So all the levels look good. My mop is ready and I do my final all the way down to the end of the pool lane where all the people walk, get all of that. And you can see, obviously, the lifeguard chair in the corner. So work my way down, and then on the way back up, bada bing, bada boom, put down my mop and start putting in the make the sheet for the day. So it's just got the chlorine levels, pH levels. I checked the temperature off screen, but the temperature of the pool, no problem. And there you go. I mean, it's that simple. Like I showed in the beginning, I clocked in at 5 o'clock exactly in the morning, and so we'll take a quick look now. What does the phone say? Phone says 5:24. So all of that took me 24 minutes, and it just increases the quality of life for everyone. And I thought I'd do a little bonus section. So we've got these little pool weights and everything. And so I just go through and organize all the weights. We've got three types of weights: small, medium, large. And I just, go through and organize them, put them back, make sure they look nice. And that's the day in the life of a lifeguard who gives a shit about his job.